This is a thing I want to start doing a little bit more, whenever it's worth doing, wherever possible. It's like reading comment chains where I mogged, no, people in some, like, overly polite, not assertive way. So, not mogging, really. There was a short that was made by Kay or Casey Podgy. She's really on to the New World Order in a Christian centric worldview lens. She was saying, like, the way Trump is going about deporting everyone is not good, and everyone in the comments was disagreeing with her. Someone said, I've always been a humbly proud American until this presidency. I'm a conservative, by the way. Lord help. Real. Someone said, you liked Biden's term? I said in a very British way. They just never said that, though, now, did they? I said, deductive reasoning will infer that she was humbly proud, even though Bush, Obama, first Trump, and Biden's presidency, but now all of a sudden they're not. It is almost as if they just finally understand that something is amiss, but blame Donald Trump. I said, well, to be fair, there's plenty of evidence that's the Antichrist. I would need to put the transcripts of about 5 hours of YouTube videos into AI to condense it further in order for you to begin to believe me, but he is brokering a treaty in the Middle East. That's something the Antichrist is said to do. He also completely trashed on Charlie Kirk's wife's sentiments and espoused a lack of forgiveness, a fundamentally non-Christian doctrine. He still thinks, based on his lack of good deeds, he won't get into heaven, also not Christian, and some posit that his son was a time traveler. I don't know about that one, but him and his vice president both used and were partially funded by Palantir, a tool of Sauron, which Tolkien wrote as a Christian-adjacent analog where Sauron was Satan. Palantir's founder believes that anything that stops transhumanist progression is the Antichrist, which I don't know enough details as to say whether that's a moral good. I wouldn't frame it that way, though. I'd more so say that creating a benevolent superintelligence would be mantling or channeling the Platonic form of Christ and doing his will and better reflecting his image and bringing about more of his being in reality, but it's certainly not the Christian truth. And it would be good if they realized finally that something is amiss, and who else better to blame but the current representative of the societal category responsible for perpetuating this autocratic system. If she had directed her frustrations at any of the former presidents, would you cry out about it in the same way? It generally seems like a trend towards the right path. But you're right, women in general don't tend to very well favor any show of mean force. That's fat air quotes. Mean force, which is the way they perceive the deportations. It doesn't mean she's completely wrong, though, just biased and skewed in her perception. Someone else said, you need to break up the left-right paradigm to him, and he said, then what would I have to do? Go around saying there are two wings of the same bird? There's a hidden hand of super wealthy that orchestrate the Hegelian dialect? Or should I insist that there's an anti-YouTube agenda going on as promoted by rabbis and revealed in Benjamin Friedman's 1961 New York City speech? Nah, I'd rather blame one group of misled lemmings who appear onto something, but it'd be great to relay in a more clear way for people to understand it's a little disorganized. Common junction here, friendo, sounds like me on the borderline precipice of slipping into